Hey guys, it's the Hidden Matrix and welcome back to another video on the channel. And in today's video we're going to be doing another drawing tutorial. It includes modern Sonic and it's going to be Tyson Hesse kind of style in this drawing tutorial for modern Sonic. So hopefully by the end of this that you'll be able to draw modern Sonic like Tyson Hesse, and hopefully it'll come out as a really good drawing as long as you follow every tip and step in this drawing. And you want to make sure that you have a brush size at 10, and then you want to make sure that you've got a tool which is a pencil tool, which you can use this tool in the program Clip Studio Paint, which it has a free store. You can get things off, well, you can buy things off it as well, but you can get free tools, and this is one of the free official tools that Clip Studio offers on its mini store kind of thing. So if you want to use the same tools as me, this is what it is, and it comes out as a different language because it's a Japanese company, I believe, Clip Studio Paint, but it works fine and you don't need to understand the words to know what it does. So it's all good. And if you're on paper, please don't leave, as it's perfectly fine to follow this tutorial, as if you're on paper or digital it won't make a big difference at all. You should still come out with the same results, and if you are on paper, make sure you got yourself a pencil and a rubber just in case you need to rub out any measurements or to clean your drawing or just get rid of any errors, and have the ruler for measurements as well, so you can get the correct proportions and the correct lines that you need to draw this drawing. So without further ado, step one will be drawing the character. So what I want to start off with is simply for the head and the body. I like to draw simple shapes, and what we're going to do is a simple shape for the head will be a circle. So to draw this circle, make sure that your circle isn't too big and doesn't cover too much of the paper, as you want to have enough space to draw spikes and the body and everything. And then once you've got that, what we're going to do is then draw in the body. So with this, it's kind of his back is kind of going diagonally in, and then we're going to go around, and then it's going to go and kind of curve and go back in like that. And then for the head, what we're going to do is draw an axis point. So this will represent the middle center point of the center line of the head for this. And then we're going to go and draw in sort of where the other center point is for the axis of the head, and there you go, that's the axis. And the way he's sort of facing is kind of facing off a little bit to the left and a little bit down, so that's okay. And then for the legs, what we're going to go and do is for the middle point of his left leg, going to just go downwards, and then what we'll do, this will represent the middle point. So imagine there's a little bit of gap here. You want to then go over to this way. I'm going to draw a line going down, and this will represent kind of the gap. So if you were to draw a line down and there, you want to kind of see the gap that there is. It's not too much of a big gap. I'd probably say there's about from there to there, so I guess I'll rub out a little bit there. That's about the gap in there really, but I'll come back to those legs a little bit later, but you just need stick legs for now. And for the left hand and arm, we're going to go and just do a line out that way for the arm, and then we can do kind of like what we're going to do is like a cylinder shape for the wrist of the glove, so going around like this, and then going to curve this end off, and then we're going to go upwards with this. And then what we'll do is we're going to draw like a circle shape for the palm, and that will represent the middle of the hand and direction it's going. It's a bit rough right now, but this is just construction lines, so we can get every detail in a little bit later. Once you've got that, we can then draw in the arm. So I'm going to go from here, and I'm going to go down to about the area where it just starts to the top of the leg and kind of the body where it separates there. What you can do for the hand and knowing where it kind of goes is we can now draw in the sorts of the legs, and we can just kind of draw lines across, knowing where the might be. So with this, just do a line across, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw some cylinder kind of shapes. So with the, like we did with the glove, so we're going to go with this, and a little bit will be covering from the hand will be covering it, but it won't matter too much. And once you got that, just do a line in the middle of that, and you can also do a line in the middle of that if that of that left glove, if that helps as well. Around about here, that's where his hand will end. So this is a good point to know where the hand is. And also with the start of this glove, when drawing it, you want to make sure that it's not too far down. It only goes really down to about halfway down on the leg. Keep that in mind. So with this, it would go about all the way down to about there, and then you'd have like a tail spike here as well, and off here you would have your shoulder spike, and there might be a little bit more drawn, but this gives you an idea of how things are going. And then once you got that, we're going to go and draw, since his fist is closed in his right hand, I'm going to just draw a circle, and that'll be quite simple enough for that hand, so that'll be okay. I'm happy with this. That's all good. So that's pretty much how we're doing those two arms and hands. So then what we're going to do is continue on with the left leg now for the socks areas. So with this sock, it will kind of end around just about there, and then it's going to go upwards, and you can then just go up and connect these two. And what I'm going to do is just not have it too far out, because you don't want massive long socks, as you got to remember the thickness of both of these socks as well, so keep that in mind. And we can also kind of just do a line in there that'll represent kind of where the thumb is, separating from the fingers. So we've got that. What we're going to do next is just draw a nice middle point, and it's kind of just above that other line that we did for the other middle point, and then it's going to go up like that. And what we'll do is we'll develop these are just our basic shapes. So we've got something really basic right now, so it will make it a little bit easier for us. So what we're going to do now is we're going to now draw in a simple basic shape for the shoe with Sonic. So with this, what I'm going to do is kind of draw, I don't really know what shape you call this. It's kind of like a really diagonal lined, pointy looking oval kind of circular shape, kind of, I guess you could almost call it like an egg if you were to do the top of it, and it would be like just an egg with pointy edges. So we got that kind of a shape going, and that'd be okay for the shoe. And once you've got that, you can also add in kind of an axis point, and that will represent kind of the direction that the shoe is going in as well. And you've got a little buckle on this side, and it'll be going down to about here, and it'll stop. And so you got something like that. It's like a little mini rectangle with diagonal lines going outwards instead of straight. So we've got that. Then what we're going to do is kind of the middle point of this right shoe is where we're going to draw in the next shoe. So with this, what we're going to do is go down, and we're going to go across, and then what we'll do is we'll meet it around about there and curve those and connect those, and that'll be okay. And then you can also go with the middle point, and this middle point, what it's also good for in shoes is it will represent kind of the middle area of the white strap. So if you were to do that, and then you were to go and do something like that, then you would understand that's how the strap would look like with the middle point axis. And you can also do like a middle point axis on the body as well. That will help the direction of the body. So when you're drawing in the belly, the skin area of the belly, it might just help you with the direction you want it to face. So now we're basically drawing in the basic structure and shape of Sonic the Hedgehog, modern Sonic, Tyson Hesse way of doing this. What we're going to go and do now is draw in kind of the facial features in this design. So what we're going to do now is going to start with the muzzle. So going up with a line up, and then what we're going to do is eventually we're going to go and curve this line like that upwards, and then we're going to go around and we'll go down, and then what we'll do is we'll eventually to curve it upwards, and there will be a nose cutting this off, but it's nothing to measure right now, and it will be sorted out a little bit later on. So we've got that top bit of the muzzle. Then what we're going to do is we can kind of just go do a little bit of a straight line across, and then what we'll do is we'll go from here, it goes slightly down, and then it's going to curve and connect up to that bottom line that we drew. You'd have something like this. Try and keep your lines a little bit nicer than mine and a little bit less scruffy, and rub out everything inside of that. So we've got that. What we're going to do now is we're going to draw in kind of with the axis point. This will also represent the middle point of the eyebrows as well. So this can help with drawing like the size of the eyebrows you want. Start drawing in the white eyes. So with the white eyes, what I'm going to do is go upwards, then I'm going to go with a little bit of a curve on the top, and then what we'll do is we'll go and then just gradually the middle point you want to get to, and then you want to kind of have the same length of it curving out and then the same length of it curving in, so you have a nice gradual looking curve and eye for that there. Then what we can do is draw like the middle point of the eyebrows, and this will represent how the expression on Sonic looks, and his eyebrows, how he expresses, and the gap between them. And what we're going to do now is we're going to go up with this line, and we're going to go eventually going across, and you want to make sure that you don't go too high up, as both parts of his white eye are at the same height, so you want to keep that in mind when drawing this. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go and the line will be missing when you connect it to the muzzle, as like I said, the nose is covering the muzzle, but it won't matter too much really. What we're going to do now is going to draw in the nose. So with the nose, I like to draw just a nice circle to start off with, and it'll represent the starting point and the end point of the nose for the direction we're going around. So go up, and then what we're going to do is going to go and curve this around and try and get the right lines and curve it correctly. And then what we'll do, you can go back to it and then connect it up with that, and then we can get rid of everything inside of that, and that'll be okay. So once you've got that, we'll then add in the white glow in Sonic's nose. So with this, what we'll do is just a nice little white circle. Sometimes I like to colour things in first and then rub out the white circle inside, since then I feel like I might get a more precise edged looking circle where it's actually got the right edges to it and a consistent curve and everything. But it's fine to do it as a circle. It works perfectly fine both ways. Then what we're going to go and do is we're going to then draw in the mouth. So with the mouth, it's just a simple line like that, and then you're going to go and kind of do a line like that. Try and make it a little bit better line than mine, and then a line like that where it curves and he's got a nice little smile smirk going on. And with the eyes, what we're going to do is start from the kind of the middle point of the eyebrows, and then we're going to go and curve it up, and it's eventually going to be around there where it will connect. What we'll do then is draw in the next eye. It's really kind of really thin eyes. They're not very big looking, so keep that in mind. They're quite slender. So with this, what we're going to do next is going to curve this around, keep the lines the same throughout, and then we're going to go and curve the top off with that, and that's okay. And then what we'll do is we'll then draw kind of the black area in that, something like that, and then on the other side you can do a bit of black in that as well to represent both eyes. And once you've got that, then what I'm going to do is just zoom in a little bit, and then I'm going to rub out like a little area for the white glow. I'm going to shorten that white area as well, and then you can draw it in the top of this and like that, and you should have something. Just make sure the lines are dark enough so it can get a nice look to it, so it's clear. So you have something like that for the eyes. And what I might do is just shorten that side out, so I don't want the lines of the eyes looking too bold and too thick. Okay guys, so now you've got that, what you're going to do is, since I just slightly improved the white line, I just put it in a little bit more, made it a little bit more diagonal. Instead of making it kind of go straight like that, I kind of brought it out that way a little bit more with the line, since I felt that kind of worked better with the curve around his face and the way his face is kind of moving. So with the top of this, we've got a nice little line just going above this, and then what we're going to do is around the edge, we're going to start around here, and then what we'll do is we'll eventually go upwards, and this is going to represent the eyebrow around the eye. So go up like that and then back in with that, And then what we'll do on the other side for the other eyebrow is we'll just go with a line up, and I'll just do that a little bit more down. And then what we'll do is just a zigzag line like that there. And with that eyebrow, we now can go and draw in the ear. So with the ear, what I'm going to do is start off from around there, and it's going to go a little bit further along than the eyebrow line. And then what we're going to do is do a triangle, and it's going to go inwards like that, and then back down with this there. And then what you're going to do is just go and do basically the top lines around them, so it's like a triangle within a triangle, so something like that, and then back down, and it's going to go slightly wider as you go down on this side. Keep that in mind. So something like that for the right ear will do. And then once you've got that, what we're going to go and do next is we're going to do like a diagonal line going up with Sonic here. So what I'll do is just draw that out a little bit wider, and then with this it kind of stops, the diagonal line kind of stops around this kind of part, and then it'll start curving for the spike, and you'd have the spike kind of going across from this point across the ear. So we've got that. What I'm going to do now is I've got the space in the area to now draw in the left ear. So starting with the left ear, we're going to go and do a line up like this. Of course, do the line better than mine. And then we'll go and connect these two up here, and then basically do what we did last one, do a triangle within a triangle. So something like that, and then back down, and that is okay. I'm happy with that for that ear there. We'll carry on now with the spikes. So with the spike, it went up a little bit more, and then it's going to go and curve down. And I'm going to try and do this without knocking my mic. Right, so try and do this best I can. I might have to improve these a little bit later on, as it's hard to draw at the angle I'm doing right now with having to draw around my microphone as it's right in front of me, right by the tablet. But I'm sure I'll get the right lines. I think what it might be easy as well just to rotate it as well. You can kind of see the lines we're going with here, so I'll rotate it 90 degrees minus, so we've got something like this. And then what we'll do is we'll then go, so I'll go with this line and probably curve it a little bit better off there. And what we'll do once we've got something like that, and I guess that looks far out enough for me, I'm going to go and curve this down, and the starting line for the second spike is kind of around here. So what it is going to do is going to go down this way, and then it's going to go a little bit more downwards, and you can kind of see where we're going with this. And what I'm going to do is it kind of finishes around this point, so we can kind of get an idea of how it's looking. And the top spike should be something similar to this. Like I said, I might just go and change. If I do, I'll just quickly do it off camera, so don't waste too much of you guys' time, as it's kind of been quite a long time already. Then go in like that, and a little bit more down. And then once you've got that around this point, you would then start the third spike. It's going a little bit in front of the last one, and also the ending of the spike kind of goes a little bit below the muzzle, so it's not too far down, but just a little bit below around this area, so we can kind of try and meet that area. So with this line, what I'm going to do is going to go gradually down and do another line downwards, and then go with a line going just a little bit more down, as it will kind of meet the area of the shoulder spike when we draw that. And then what we'll do is we'll go up, and then we're going to go and do this across like that, and you'd have something like that. I'm quickly just going to reset the rotation and have a look at it, and then I might edit it, and I'll show you guys what I've done, and then you guys can quickly follow that along. So guys, I've just played around with the spikes and just edited them and changed them a little bit, just because I'm happier with this look now, and I think this will look fine. And yeah, this is a lot better than what it was before, and just a few little adjustments can make the drawing look a lot better. So moving on, what I'm going to do next is start developing the body now. So what we're going to do is start off with the shoulder spike. So with this shoulder spike, I want to go with this line, go around like that, and then what I'll do is just get rid of that dark line where it's too bold, there's too much going on there. And then so we've got something like that, and I'm happy for that. That can be the outline. And then what we'll do is we'll start adding in the arms. So going from here, what we're going to do is we're going to go and curve this in like that, and then we're going to go around, and eventually we'll go from here. I'm going to go and curve that in. So the line that we had before wasn't exact, but what we needed, but because of the proportion change, but it was good enough and I'm happy with it. Now just go and curve that line in like that for that one. And that'll be okay for that arm and area, and of course rub out everything as you go. Then what we'll do is we'll then go across with finishing off this line of the shoulder spike, and then what you want to do is go down with this, and eventually it's going to meet around the area of the leg. So with the leg, what I'm going to do is start from here and we go outwards, and we'll probably finish around that point there for that. And then we can also go and find the other side of the leg and how that would look. So, and we can find the kind of middle point for the leg and the gaps between them. And then you can just curve off that top a little, and then what we'll do is we'll now add in the gap of the legs, and what I'll do is just widen the end. And with the gap, what we're going to do is going to go straight up like this and slowly bring it inwards slightly, and then we'll add in the next part of the leg, something like that. I'm happy with. So we've got something like that. Then what we'll go and do is we'll draw in the outside of his belly area. So this, what we're going to do is curve this around, so you got a nice little curve. And I'm sorry, I'm getting really scruffy with this drawing. I'm going to try and keep it the best I can clean, but I'm getting a little bit scruffy because I'm trying to be as quick as possible, as I don't want this tutorial to be too long for you guys. So we've got this, and then what we'll do for the belly is we're going to go and curve the top round about here. We'll then go down with a line and then back it in with another line, and then we'll curve it off around about there, and that'll be okay for the belly. We'll now widen the arm and make this arm bigger now. So with this, it's got a little bend on the arm, so going around here, you would then go and do a straight line across from doing the diagonal line. And then once you've got that, what we'll do is we'll go from here and do a bit of a line, and then we're going to go and curve it, and eventually just curve that in like that. And then what you can do is now add in the tail spike for Sonic. So starting from here, we're going to go down, and this will cut into the wrist glove, so that's okay. And then once we've got that, go down a little bit more here, and then we will just go do a line across like that for his tail. So guys, what we're going to do next is now we're going to add in the detail on the shoes. So with this, what we're going to do is going to do like a line curving up, and then on the other side, what we'll do is go around and do the top of this on the right shoe. So for the right sock, and that will be the gap we're drawing now for the outside of this, and we'll cut a line inwards, and then we'll go around that outside line and curve it back in. And then what you want to do is eventually, once that's curved in, you want to then go up with a line and then down, and you've got like a kind of up arrow zigzag line kind of thing. Then we'll go outwards, and then it would go back in like that, and then you would just have it with a line like that, and then I'll just bring that line up a little bit more. And then underneath, what we'll do is we'll have a kind of like a line like that underneath for the sock there. Then on the left, what we can do now is, since we got the gap and that's okay, we can then add in like the 3D effect around the shoe, going around it. So going from the top here, we go around the shoe, and then what we'll do is we'll go from the outside like that, and then I'm going to curve this one, and it's going to go around here, and it's going to curve like that, and that's okay. I'll rub out everything there, and you can kind of see the outside line, and then what we'll do is just a line across like this. On the other side you have a line going like that, and what we'll do is just rub out that gap, and also it would then kind of curve in like that, and you wouldn't have really much of a big gap of white gap between those two lines, so you might just bring that down even a little bit more as well, so there's a tiny gap of white in there, and you've got that. So then once you've drawn that, we'll do a line upwards, and then we're going to go and do it diagonally going downwards like this, and then it's going to go a little bit more down, and you're going to meet it around about here for that, and that's okay. So that's the two socks done, and then what we'll do is we'll move on to the shoe. So with the shoe we're going to go on the outside, so with this, and then what it's going to do is it's going to have a strap where it goes up like that, and a little bit of a diagonal line, then going up here, and there'll be a little bit of a small gap of red, and then you want to go across with this line, and then back down, and we'll curve it off there, and then go for the other outside of that line, then you'd have it round about there, and that's okay. And then you can go and go from around about here and sort of curve it like that, and it's going back in, and you go up for this strap, and then a sort of a little line across, and then you want to curve it back around, and it's eventually gonna go around about there, and then just go and curve it like that off for that part of the shoe, and that's okay. On the next half of that shoe, what we'll do is we'll go a little line down, and then we're going to go and curve off this line, and it'll meet on that line. So you got a nice little curved end, and then on this side go a little bit more up, and it's got a little bit of a point on this side here, and then from down there we're going to curve off and just do the like a symmetrical line below the top line, and it's eventually gonna connect over to here. So all the dark lines are the lines we're using, those light construction lines, you can rub those out. Going from here with the buckle, and then it's going to go round and curve off at the end there. So with this next shoe, what we're going to do is start off from here and start drawing the strap, so going down there. You can then even draw the red area there, so that's all the red area for that. What we're going to go and do is go from here and draw in the next part of the strap. So got a line like that, and it would connect up to something like that there. And then what we'll do is we've kind of got a little line going down like that, so a little line, and then curve off this next part. So go on a line and then a big curve to curve off the edge and curve off that point. The direction of the shoe is actually going up a little bit, it curves upwards, so when you're connecting this, remember to kind of curve it up. What we'll do is we'll draw the sole of the shoe and rub out everything underneath, and I'll fix that line. And so we've got something like this for that, and then what we'll do is basically the same line on the top underneath, and that'll be okay to keep it nice and symmetrical and the same length of the gap. Keep the gap the same all the way through with this line, so be careful and take your time with this line so you don't rush it. And then it would meet up and need to do a little line to connect that there with those lines for the sole. That's okay. So with the right arm, what we're going to go and do is with this, we're going to go and curve this out, and it's going to go with a little line diagonally going down, and it kind of goes back in. That's the curve there, and it would then have the gap, and there's like a line going in and go a little bit out, and then you want to curve it down like that there. On the other side, what we'll do is go diagonally across with a downward diagonal line, and then go straight down with this and it's like a zigzag kind of shape again, almost similar, but we're doing a little bit more of a point on this side compared to the other side of this glove. And we've got something like that, and then what you want to do is just do another line inwards again. So we've got that line inwards, and then it's got a little bit of a thicker kind of top to it. So similar to how we did the left shoe, is just there's no gap really this time, so keep that in mind. And now what we'll do is we'll do a line up, and on the other side do a line across, but they do not connect, so there's a gap in between for them. So once we've got that, what we're going to do now is we are going to add in the details of the hand. So going around this edge, we're going to go and curve the palm off, and the outside of the palm. Then going from this line, what we're going to do is go outwards from this line, and then on the other side like this, we'll then go up. So it's kind of the knuckles, these areas, the knuckles of the fingers. So going like this, you connect those, and then once you've connected them, we can then go and connect the next knuckle in, going there. And remember, the dark lines are what I'm using, trying to make it as clear as possible for you guys. And then what we'll do is the outline of the thumb. So with this, what we'll do is go and align diagonally out, and then I'm going to go curve this upwards, and we'll go out and back in like that. What I'm going to do now is the left hand. So with the left hand, we'll start off with the wrist part of the glove. So with this wrist part of the glove, you're going up with that, and then you're going back down and across. Go with a line in the middle here, and then go back out, so it kind of gets a point there. And then once you've done that and got that, we can then go on the outside of this. I'm going to go and curve this in like that, and then it's going to do a line downwards, and there's a gap between those two lines, and then this would curve up like that there. So once we've got that, what we can do now is start drawing in the palm. So with the palm of the hand, it's kind of got like a really big W shape going on here. So you curve that in to around the middle point, and then go and curve this one as well. On the outside, start drawing in the thumb. So with the thumb, what we can do is go up like that and across, and then we'll go around and then across like that again, back in. Doesn't matter if it's going into our circle, that's okay. And then once you've got that across, you want to go upwards with this now. So going up, this is going to be the start of the first finger, and you've got that, so that's okay. And I might need to adjust these once I've drawn it all, but we'll get everything in and how it kind of looks and try and do it as best as possible. So we've got something like this. So I want to curve the top off nicely, and then go back down. Keep a nice thickness to the finger, not too thin, not too thick, so it looks like it fits well. And then going around, so if you were to do a diagonal line on just go around doing the top and shorten this, you kind of see the palm that looks something like that. So we're going to go and shorten that finger around about there, maybe even a little bit more, just so we can get even better with the line. And then what we'll do is we'll go down, so this will be the gap between the second finger and the first, and then we'll go up to this. It's going to be slightly a little bit longer than the first finger, keep that in mind. And then we're going to go and curve that top, and of course don't make your lines so crazy like mine. Try and keep them a little bit straighter and nicer. This is just a little rushed as trying to get the point across as best as possible, like I say always. So we've got that, and we can then just do a little line. Once that's done, go a little bit up like that, and then we'll go out with this, and I'll make sure it's not too curved outwards, and this will represent the third finger, so that's the top of the line. Let's keep improving that and make that the right thickness. So we've got something like that, and then I'm going to curve, and then we're going to go back in with this, and it's going to go and do like a little U-turn, going back out the next finger. So you've got that. What we can also do is draw in the other side of the palm as well for where it is, and it can help you with the knowing how much space you've got as well, if you've drawn in the fingers correctly. And you got that, so just curve that off at the end, and yeah, something like that. And I'll just give that a little bit more of a curve around the edges of the finger, and that'll be okay. I will just bring the thumb out a little bit more and make it look a little bit bigger, as it looks a little bit too small now with drawing in the fingers. And then we'll just rub out all the old lines, and then what I'll do is I'll curve off this edge and try not make it too bent with the finger, of course. You know, it is going out, but we don't want it going out too much, of course. So guys, once you got something like that for the hand, I did just do a little adjustment since I thought the arm was a little bit too long for that, but it's not too major. But what we will do now is start adding in a little bit of markings on the hand. So on around the palm, there's a little bit of a marking around here, so it's a little bit like a shaded area, so just go in with that. And then once we've got that, what we'll do is we'll go with a line up to separate the kind of the palm, the middle point. This will kind of show like the fold and crease marks in the palm. And yeah, once you're happy with how your drawing looks, and if you've got anything to clean, like I've got quite a lot to clean really, I should have really cleaned a little bit more as I went with this, but yeah, I can do that off camera now. What I will also do off camera is I'm going to shade the drawing, so I can show you guys what it looks like if you want to shade your drawing, and then you can copy how I shaded it by copying the picture. Just pause it and copy everything, and it should be easy enough really for shading. But if you would like to color in your Sonic the Hedgehog with color and make him look like the blue hedgehog he is, then be sure to stay for the color time lapse, as I will be doing one, and I will be creating a line art version of this drawing. So I'll be coloring in the line art instead of coloring in the pencil one, because that can be a little bit harder and color doesn't always look great on digital with pencil kind of lines. But yeah, I'm really happy with this drawing and how it's come out. So I hope you guys have been able to learn a thing or two with this drawing, and I hope you're able to have a really good Sonic drawing. And if you copied how I did it and drew the same picture, I hope the drawing turned out really good, and that you're really happy with it and can show it off to your mates and show that you're a really good artist, and tell them who you learned it off. And hopefully now you can draw like Tyson Hesse and start drawing one of the best Sonic artists that Sega have ever hired for artwork with Sonic, and draw like him. And you know, it's he did the Sonic Mania Adventures animations, and he did the Sonic Mania opening and in-game cutscenes, so that was great for that. And he also did the movie Sonic redesign. He was a part of that, so he's done great things for the franchise, and too many more years with him doing great things for the franchise especially. And yeah, hopefully you guys will be able to learn how to do it and show him how you draw Sonic with his style. So I'll see you guys once I've cleaned up the drawing and improved the lines and shaded it, so then we can be ready for the color time lapse. So guys, I am back, and this is Sonic all cleaned up, and he's also been shaded like I said I would do. So if you like to shade Sonic, you can now pause the video and copy this, and remember to do the light shades with lightly pressing on, and the darker shades you need to press a little bit harder on your paper, or if you're doing digital, just pen pressure. And if you got this far into the video, be sure to hit that like button, that'd be very much appreciated. So without further ado, you guys have been waiting for it. It is time for the color time lapse of modern Sonic the Hedgehog Tyson Hesse style. So there you go, guys, that is Sonic the Hedgehog coloured, and this is the Tyson Hesse style modern Sonic drawing coloured. So I hope you're really happy with how this looks, and I'm really happy with how it looks. And if you do like the drawing, then be sure to hit that like button, that'd be great. And also feel free to leave a comment and I'll reply to as many as possible. So whether it's a comment about any tips you need, or if it's a comment about that you like the drawing and you are able to draw a good Sonic as well, then that'd be great to hear. And if you're new around here and you'd like to see more from me on the channel, whether it is drawing tutorial videos or Minecraft videos, then be sure to hit that subscribe button with the notification bell turned on. That'd be very much appreciated, so you can get up to date with the next videos that I upload, and you can be first to it with the notification bell turned on. And feel free to share the video, guys, to get this out to more people so they can experience how to draw Sonic with this tutorial and learn how to draw like Tyson Hesse. That'd be greatly appreciated. So yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you have a great rest of your day, week, wherever you guys are from. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!